First, when we decide on growth strategies, I want to say two, three things. We don't have a detailed set of data of all African pensions in Africa. This is a very, it's like we lack this data, and while I was preparing my paper, I saw that we don't have it. We have a data only for the 12 countries. And for the other countries, like Malawi, we don't have Seychelles, we don't have even the big like Algeria. We don't have data. We don't know how much asset Africa has how the pension fund has in Africa. We don't know. And it's, for us, we should have an institution that we must set up. And the African Union or like an international organization, that we have to have all this data, the size of the pension fund, where the assets are located, and they can also help in give assistance in many ways, like actuarial advice. They can also give assistance how your assets should be allocated according to your target. Then from then you decide what are your growth strategies. So for now we are as if we are shipping, we are navigating somewhere where we don't know where we are. We are going just like where the crowd is. Everyone wants to go to alternative. We follow alternative, whether this suits us, this investment, or whether we should go for fixed income. All this we need to have a set of data that will help us to know where we should allocate our asset. We have an actuarial report that has been done. The actuarial report says that for the next 50 years, the fund is solvent. So their focus is based only for next 50 years. It was based for year 2013. And then the investment committee, following this actuarial report, we prepared a strategic asset allocation. So it is prepared by our consultant, which is Eon Hewitt. So for them, we have to, if we want to achieve a target of inflation +4, we need to have 70% on the conservative asset, which are mostly local fixed income, treasury bond, corporate bonds, and you can have foreign fixed income. And then 30% on growth assets, that is local equity, foreign equity, and you can have some alternatives and structured deposits. During the last 2 days, they have been discussing mostly on alternatives. The conference was on alternatives, and they have been discussing investment in hedge funds, investment in private equity, and investment in infrastructure, and also in ETFs. So for hedge funds, the main concern was that most African pension funds, they don't have the know-how, they don't have the knowledge about hedge funds. And a sort of education is needed to educate the trustee, educate the fund managers about the perception that hedge funds are highly risky and how pension funds can mitigate this and invest in those asset classes. On private equity side, it is an asset class that can match the pension fund requirements, because pension funds they invest for long-term horizon, and the investment in private equity is also long-term. So there is an alignment of their interests. But on the other side, the risk that the pension fund do face are sometimes the country risk where the investment are made. There are some country risks that we have in Africa, and we are also faced with double currency risk. That is the currency risk of the pension fund, where the country. Then we have, if we are investing in dollar, it's suppose like we Mauritius, we will have to face the Mauritius rupee dollar. Then we have to face the dollar against the other currency. Suppose it's rand, South Africa can be rand, Nigeria can be naira. And on infrastructure, there have been divergent views. Some say that pension funds should invest in infrastructure, but others, they do highlight the risks that are linked to that type of investment, because some pension funds, they don't have they don't have it in their asset allocation, and some pension fund managers, they don't have the skills to have a due diligence carried out on such type of investment, and sometimes the asset class, the return on the asset class is so low that it does not align within it does not add any return to the pension fund. The main challenges that all African pension funds will face, first is the aging population, the phenomena of aging population. This will be one of the biggest challenges. And like in Mauritius, they are trying to have some reforms so as to mitigate this problem. And the second challenge that pension funds will have to face is the ESG issues, the economic, social governance issues. Some have to compromise returns just for the sake of abiding to ESGs. So some pension funds may not invest in gambling sectors or some drinks that are not allowed, like you can say, you cannot invest in industries producing alcoholic drinks. So and maybe they will be earning high returns, but you can't invest because of ESG issues. And another challenges are you have to be operating in a low yield environment and facing inflationary pressures also. And the fourth one is that too many assets are allocated in the local government bonds. So that also is another challenge that we have to face. And the most important one is governance issues in Africa. So that governance issues has to be addressed in such a way that we have to create appropriate law framework, and also it's good that we have an international institutional fund, like so as to mention that, to collect all the data, everything, and that institution can have a sort of like a watchdog over the African pension fund. And it's good that we can start to practice the OECD framework for governance issues.